Hello, I'm Erik. I've invited my friends Greg Talley and Ryan Smith to join me in ingesting fun and bizarre foods. We'd like you to join us too. So come in and open up. It's Junkmouth.
Hi, I'm Erik.
I'm Greg.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
I'm glad our listeners could join us today here in the Roof Lizard Lounge, high atop the Dino Hotel in picturesque Lakewood, Colorado, above our restaurant Paleo Joe's, and just a few minutes drive from Denver or the Rocky Mountains. So, Greg, what'd you bring for lunch today?
Well, for our lunch swap, and my 3-level Mumbai tiffin, in the top tier I've got egg rolls. In the middle tier, I've got chicken fried rice. And in my bottom tier, I've got a mint.
Wait, Greg.
Really?
Aren't you going to have some fancy, extraordinarily expensive, and morally suspect food?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like a lion that was strangled by an orphan or something.
Hey, screw both of you. Somebody stole my lunch. Back off. I can't always be fancy.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, let's move on, and I'm gonna open up my Planet of the Apes lunchbox here, and looks like I've got some chicken instant ramen noodles, a mozzarella stick, a Crystal Light fruit punch to drink, and a cocktail for dessert. Well, I guess I don't pack my lunch. I get what I get. Ryan, what have you got in that box?
In this box, I have a sautéed elephant steak sliced with the Sword of Alexander. I've also got a pate of orphan tears, and to drink the blood of a virgin.
Wait a minute. That's my lunch.
Well, there was no name on it in the refrigerator.
I clearly put my Mumbai tiffin in there. You scooped it out with your dirty paws. You didn't even take the tiffin. You just scooped out the lunch.
I don't want your froofy tiffin. I just wanted the elephant steak. And the blood of the young keeps me young, Greg.
You're the worst.
I'm nearly 40. I look 10 years younger. You want to know why?
Why?
Blood of orphans.
Well, you're still the worst.
Wow, usually Ryan doesn't even have food, so
And that's
moving up in the
elephant
world.
Steak? Delicious.
Yeah. Well, then welcome everyone to our Junkmouth Goes Bananas episode. This week we're consuming foods of the herbaceous flowering plant in the genus Musa. We are the second podcast here joining the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Revival League in forming the Dino Ho.
Dino Ho?
Yes.
What do you think we're running around here? Try again,
Just
Erik.
learn a little something about Greg's
again.
Hotel.
I will try again. We are forming the Dino Hotel, Entertainment Network of America, or DINA.
And just so you know, none of that's edited out. That all stays in.
Yeah, Dino Ho's are extra.
You may have some investigations going on later, Greg. Now, if masticating this show makes you want to spit something back at us, which I'm sure already you have something, you can reach us by email, junkmouthpodcast@gmail.com, or on Facebook at facebook.com/junkmouth. So we have a new show, I understand, that will be joining us this summer. Ryan, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we're not really sure when it's going to launch, but it's basically going to be fan communities translated into cocktails and other alcoholic beverages. So, Star Wars drinks, Star Trek drinks, Game of Thrones drinks. It'll hopefully be more pleasant than this show, which my life gets a little worse after every one of these episodes, I have to say. So I'm hoping that just straight alcohol will make me actually want to have, give me some sort of will to live again.
Well, yeah, alcohol will kill a multitude of sins. So.
Yes.
Or as Homer Simpson put it, alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Exactly.
Okay. Before we dig into our food this week, we need to sing for our supper. So let's roll up that reel-to-reel with that sweet Kevin Murphy jingle.
Roll the tape.
The next time you travel to Denver, make your journey into one that you'll remember. Don't just sit around and wish when you can have an expedition at the Dino Hotel.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Before we dig into our first eat segment, let's lay out our ground rules. Here we're looking for items that are not nationally distributed in the USA. We are looking for foods that are not just regional brands, but something that's actually fairly unique. We fit each week's foods to a theme. This week, obviously, we go bananas. So, yeah.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. A ding dong, ding dong, ding. Banana phone.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just singing a little Raffy. Let's have some banana taffy.
My slapping hand is twitching, Greg.
Come on, Ryan, sing with me.
Ryan, you do sing better than Greg.
That's true.
That's not difficult.
No, it's really not.
Yeah. All right. And our fourth rule, after all of that, is these guys twisted my arm. We are allowed one pass card each week if there's something somebody just absolutely refuses to try. So let's move on to our eat. This week we've got something really fun for our eat, I think. And it's not the Red Robin fries, which are part of it.
Oh, I love Red Robin fries.
We have Red Robin steak fries, but it's what we're dipping them in that really makes it this week. This is a popular Philippine fruit ketchup made from mashed bananas, sugar, vinegar, and spices.
I'm actually on board with that. That doesn't sound half bad.
It's called Eufran banana sauce.
So
Sounds vile.
So just like when we did the yellow episode and we used the corn dogs for the flight of mustards, in this case the fries are merely the medium with which we're trying the banana sauce.
Yeah, I didn't want to make you just drink banana sauce. I thought that would have been pretty gross.
I would have. I mean, it sounds pretty good. So why don't we hand out those fries, Ryan? The fries stand by you, sir. So let's just put it in the middle, pop these bad boys open. I'm going to grab a bunch of fries because I have a feeling not only am I going to want fries, just big old fistful of fries, which, by the way, is an underrated Clint Eastwood movie. It's where he's morbidly obese, but in the Wild West.
So this is banana ketchup. This is red. This looks
Yes,
like
it
it's
is. It is
identical to
dyed
tomato
red.
ketchup.
You have the bottle in front of you. If you would like to look at, tell us about what that looks like. Any ingredients?
I mean, it looks just like a bottle of ketchup, except it's got a label with a picture of bananas on it, and it says banana sauce, which sounds like a porn title. Shake well before using. Water, banana, iodized salt, and a bunch of preservatives and stuff. Onion powder.
It smells not like Tabasco, but it's got that definite vinegar smell to it. I'm getting more of like a Cholula smell to it than a Tabasco smell.
Oh, I can smell the vinegar. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. My mouth is actually watering. I want to try this. 'Cause
Okay.
I love vinegary foods.
Well, then let's dig in.
You get a nice old French fry. I'm predicting this is not just a little dab thing. You're going to want to dunk your fry in there.
Oh yeah, definitely want to get that in there because that's actually pretty good. It's got like a light fruity sweetness, but that vinegar cuts into it, so it's not just all sweet.
I'm not a fan. It's not bad,
Yeah,
but it's not great.
I mean, I'm honestly not a fan of ketchup, and I would actually eat. It's not. I mean, I'm not gonna make it a favorite and run out and get a whole bunch, but this isn't bad.
It reminds me of the tamarind sauce you get at Indian restaurants to eat with your papadon or other foods. I don't get a strong banana flavor. But
No,
I
it's
do
not
get-
really
not at
strong
all.
banana.
No, I get more of a fruit, just a general fruit flavor than anything remotely banana.
Absolutely. Well, I'll say this is an interesting sauce. It got started in World War II when the GIs were in the Pacific and there was a lack of tomatoes. And so they wanted a ketchup, and to make something that was reasonably ketchup-like, there was an abundance of bananas, and that's what they utilized. And a great thing, if you have a tomato allergy, this would be a great thing. You can find this on Amazon, and if you don't like this version, there's a hot and spicy variety out there.
I mean, this isn't bad. It's not my favorite.
I'm
But it's not
devouring
bad.
mine.
It's not anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. The vinegar is not as strong tasting as I thought it would be from the smell. I am not a vinegar fan, so it worried me a little bit. But it's not an overpowering vinegar taste at all.
Okay,
So,
I have another comparison. I said tamarind for that sort of that rich, creamy fruit flavor that you get with Indian food. When you go to a Chinese restaurant and you get sweet and hot sauces and you mix them together, with the Chinese mustard, and you have that pink sauce, it's the sweet sauce that you use to dip your egg rolls in. It tastes a little like the pink sauce. It's got sort of that sweet...
The duck sauce.
The duck sauce, the sweet, fruity flavor. And I'm a fan. I've actually eaten 5 or 6 fries worth of this sauce. I am really enjoying this. And the sweetness and the creaminess of the sauce goes really well with a nice salty French fry. And I got to go ahead and say it. Because I am enjoying this so much, because I've gone back for seconds, thirds, fourths, and fifths, 5 greasy wrappers. Hands down, delicious condiment. I would eat this again.
Well, I'm going to say I came into this episode a little hungry, and I think I'm going back for more, but I think some of it might just be that I'm hungry right now. So I can't quite go to 5 with you, Greg, but I'm going to go 4.5. I'm actually really surprised. I thought this would be one of those like really weird tasting things, but it's good.
I thought it would be vile. It's all right. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. It's all right. It's not bad. I can't give it 4, but it doesn't seem to be fair to give it like a 2. I'd say maybe a 3. A 3. It's decent. It's not something I'd eat again, but it was by no means bad. It's just not my jam.
Well,
this jam is not your jam.
I'm going to try to finish up what I have in my mouth here quickly and move us on to accentuate the positive. Now, accentuate the positive. This is where I highlight one of the many joys in life that make it just great to be alive. This week, I want to talk about one of my favorite things, the National Park Service.
Oh, agreed.
Absolutely.
I love our national parks. And the National Park Service...
Enjoy them while they're not being mined and drilled.
Oh, and we need places that are protected from that. And that's really a lot of what our national park system is about. And our National Park Service is the organization that's part of the United States federal government that manages all the U.S. national parks. Our national monuments and other conservation and historical properties that have a variety of titles that the U.S. uses and puts under the National Park Service. And they want to preserve unimpaired the natural and cultural resources and values of the natural park system so that we get enjoyment, education, and inspiration from all these great resources we have in nature for future generations. And I mean, I absolutely love nature. As Greg's mentioned, I'm a trail runner. I get out there. I love seeing wildlife. I love seeing the geology. And we don't want to ruin that so that our grandchildren and generations further and further down don't get to enjoy the same things we do. And that's what this is all about. Our National Park Service has roughly 22,000 professionals and on an annual basis about 400,000 volunteers who do work for them. Amazing amount of people putting in a ton of work. I think I want to, just a nice shout out to them while we're here on the show and I have this segment. Our National Park Service has been around since 1916, signed by President Woodrow Wilson.
Now, I thought it was earlier. I thought that Roosevelt, the National Park Service was his brainchild, Teddy Roosevelt.
His was the Antiquities Act.
Oh, okay.
And the Antiquities Act is what started the process of giving the president the right to do executive orders decreeing new national monuments and parks.
Okay, so the protection thing was his brainchild, and then Wilson took it to the next level.
And the national park system started even earlier than that with the creation of individual parks like Yellowstone and Yosemite, which have been around since the 1870s in terms of just actual entities. No, I am with you on this, not just for preservation, but for recreation. National park system outside of NASA may be one of the greatest things that our country has ever produced. It's caused national parks to be emulated and formed all over the world. It is a uniquely American idea, and we live in national parks territory. we don't live in the cannonball parks that they have back east, which is largely Civil War and Revolutionary War sites. No, we are, in Colorado, we have so much natural beauty, so many legacies, and we're a hop, skip, and a jump away from places like Wyoming and Utah, which, in the Four Corners area, which have so many treasures in them. I mean, places like Rocky Mountain National Park and Mesa Verde and Yellowstone and Arches. I mean, so much of my years in Colorado have been with friends and family, enjoying these places and all their unique diversity, both natural and cultural heritage. And I got to say, if you take the national park system and you try to undermine it, you try to exploit it, you try to degrade it, I'm sorry, you're un-American and you're an enemy of the people.
I agree.
Absolutely. I'm gonna step it up from what I have here. A quote from Wallace Stegner. He was a writer and historian who called our national parks the best idea we ever had.
Hear,
absolutely American, absolutely democratic. They reflect us at our best rather than our worst.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree. I know it's thought of as a sort of political spectrum thing where one side of the political spectrum thinks that we should be mining and drilling in national parks, and the other side of the... I don't give a fuck what your politics are. If you are for despoiling nature in the few places that we actually have it protected by law, fuck you. I'll go ahead and say that. Fuck you. If it loses us listeners, guess what, asshole? I don't want you to listen to us.
Joke's on you. We have no listeners.
Hey!
No, I'm serious. This is a rare moment of seriousness for me. If you feel like, oh, that big open space, what really it needs is an oil derrick so these people can't enjoy the wildlife, so the wildlife, which is often endangered elsewhere, has no refuge left, fuck yourself. You're not only a bad American, you're a bad human being. I don't want to know you.
And I'm going to say there are a ton of people who are going to support you on this, Ryan, including the over 307 million recreational visitors that have been to our national parks. That was in 2015.
Wow.
And it keeps going up. So, you know what? We might lose a few, but I think this is the kind of thing that might gain us a few, too.
Yeah,
so.
I don't want those people as listeners.
Right.
I feel, I mean, if your idea of fun is, hey, we don't need the national parks because I'm going to go out and commit a hate crime, I don't want those guys either. So
I mean,
it's not a political issue to me. It's an issue of humanity.
It should be. I mean, being against the national park system in my mind is like being anti-puppy or against babies or something. I mean, it's like such a given thing that, I mean, it should be a no-brainer, to want to preserve something that isn't commercialized, that preserve both spots of historical importance.
If you look at it and think, how can I coin money off of this, then you're a bad human being. I'm sorry.
And think of it this way. Think of it this way. Okay, maybe you're not an outdoor person. Maybe you feel like the planet is there to be exploited. The national park system isn't just protecting places like the Grand Canyon. You're willing to despoil places like Independence Hall,
yeah,
the Liberty Bell,
Gettysburg,
hallowed ground like Pearl Harbor, and the 9/11 Memorial.
Yep.
These are sacred spots and important touchstones.
Stonewall Inn just got named a national park like last year or the year before.
Yeah,
a national monument.
The Martin Luther King Memorial. So
yeah.
there's all kinds of places of important history that you can't have one without the other. You've got to have the nature with the history, and the history is meaningless if you don't preserve the environment and the surroundings that it came from.
It comes down to, do you think anything is sacred? And I don't mean in a religious sense. I'm not a religious person, but just, do you think that anything is worthwhile simply because it is? That there doesn't have to be a reason other than it is. And I think there are some places that are worthwhile just because they are, just because they exist. You can't improve upon Rocky Mountain National Park or the Grand Canyon with the addition of an oil derrick. It is sacred simply because it is.
And if you believe in God, you got to believe that it's, let's take a religious standpoint. If you believe in God, you believe that this is one of his or her masterpieces. You wouldn't strip mine the Mona Lisa, you wouldn't put in some sort of quarry or nuclear power plant in the middle of the Vatican. Why on earth would you take such a beautiful spot, a beautiful part of creation, and despoil it?
I think that's worse in some ways than despoiling the Mona Lisa, because as sublime as that is, there will be eventually somebody with the brilliance of Leonardo. Just the law of averages dictates that kind of brilliance will come around again in humanity. There's never going to be another Grand Canyon on this planet. There's one, and that's it. There will never be another. So, yeah, I'm pretty adamant about this. Actually, I totally agree with you, Erik. I think the race to see what we can exploit from the national parks is deeply, deeply not only un-American but just inhuman.
It's morally bankrupt and sociopathic.
Yes.
Now as we're talking about like all these awful people, I think that is a really great place to move on. If we're gonna focus on the awfulness of some people, I think we need to move to Ryan's reality check.
Okay. Now, every week I want to talk about something, and you guys, you sort of cut me off. So
No, we're good this week. We believe in you.
Seriously?
Just make sure it's something that's appropriate for our audience, and keep talking.
Okay. Is cannibalism really so bad?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, people who use leetspeak, and if you're unaware of leetspeak, congratulations, you have a happy life. Those are the assholes who post shit on Twitter or Facebook, substituting numbers for letters wherever they can in order to make it a chore to read. Okay, look, fuckface. We speak English. We speak the language of Shakespeare, Chaucer, Milton. This is a language that, for one thing, is about 4 or 5 times larger than our largest competing language. We have more words. The English language has more words than any other language on earth. It is a remarkably expressive and versatile language, and you corrupt it with fucking numbers? How dare you?
Well, I mean, can it just be that language is evolving, Ryan?
No, that's not language evolving. That's some idiot thinking they look clever by substituting numbers for letters. Guess what? You don't look clever. You look like a 14-year-old who draws fucking unicorns on the inside of her Trapper Keeper. Go to hell!
Well, maybe language is being pushed by a 14-year-old who puts unicorns on her Trapper Keeper.
Then we may as well start drilling in the national parks because humanity is fucked. May as well just march off the cliff together. There have to be standards. A line must be drawn. Here, no further.
I think you're taking this too far. I mean, come on, you can go all the way back to the 40s and 50s when people were writing stuff like too cute to be forgotten in yearbooks. So this has a long
You know what happened to the people in the 40s and 50s who wrote those in yearbooks? They are all dead. You know why?
Not all of them.
No.
Because they deserved it.
I don't even know where to go with this.
Me either.
Look, all I'm saying
lead
is
speakers are
bad. It doesn't save you any time when you write, say, 4, the numeral 4 for the word 4. All it makes you look like is a lazy asshole who cannot be bothered to write out the word. Unless you're Prince, and nobody's Prince, don't do this shit. Ryan out.
Technically, Prince isn't even Prince anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. The only person who had permission to do that on account of genius has passed from the world. So, Prince, much love to you. Not blaming you, man, but nobody else. Nobody else.
I think I need a drink.
I could use a drink, too, because while Ryan is ranting, I've been eating not only my fries with Jew Friend brand banana sauce, I've been cutting into Erik's as well. So what'd you bring us
He
this
likes
week?
my cooties.
Yeah, you got.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to something this is kind of borderline on our nationally distributed, because this is on a wide region of the U.S. This is pretty widely available, but Umex strawberry banana nectar.
Oh, that sounds good. Is this a Mexican product?
This is a Mexican product, and pretty much anywhere in the United States where there is a large Mexican population, you can find these at all your local grocery stores, which really today I think that's, 2/3 of the United States. But it hasn't made it everywhere, so we're still squeaking it in our rules. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I see it. It is made with sugar and high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, so this is going to be great for us.
Yeah,
This is not good for you at all.
but it's naturally free of saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. It's because it's a soft drink.
It has 170 calories, and this little... Oh, contains 15% juice. The rest of it, who knows?
Who knows? But
Water and sugar.
Banana, strawberry, and nectar, I'm on board. And I got to compliment Erik for bringing in a drink that is absolutely icy, frosty cold, almost painful to hold the can. But I'm ready. Let's pop these open and let's try this. So, okay. What's it smell like, guys?
Bananas, strawberries.
Bananas.
Banana, more.
Yeah, it smells like Yoplait yogurt, like strawberry banana yogurt.
Yes, that is exactly what it smells like.
All right, cheers and down the hatch.
No. I have to say that was some weak Foley with the cans.
It was, clink, clink.
This tastes like a strawberry banana smoothie that is not thick.
Yeah, it tastes like a watery strawberry banana smoothie. It's not bad, especially since it's icy cold. But man, when you eat yogurt, this is that strawberry banana. This is exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah,
Exactly, but a watery
that's not bad.
mouthfeel.
I mean, it's. Did you just use the phrase mouthfeel?
Yes.
Oh, you
Banana-
pretentious piece of shit.
Not just mouthfeel, watery banana mouthfeel,
Yeah.
which is even better.
Watery banana mouthfeel is the name of my next pornographic movie.
So I got to say this. This does exactly what it says it's going to do.
Yeah.
If you got a Jolly Rancher that was strawberry banana flavored, it would taste like this Humex. If you got a yogurt that was strawberry banana flavored, it would taste exactly like this. It is a smoothie would taste exactly like this. It delivers on the flavor. It's not weird. It's not even all that artificial.
Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. In that sense, it's perfectly successful.
And the fact that it's icy cold, if this were warm like mini drinks, it would be foul. But it is delicious. And
I wouldn't go so far as delicious, but it's pretty good.
It's okay.
No, it's delicious, but it is not to my taste, was what I was going to say. It tastes good, but I would not seek this out. So, it's flavorful. If you don't want me saying delicious, I will say it is flavorful.
Yeah, I mean, delicious is
fine.
a value judgment.
Yeah.
So in terms of personal taste, I'm going to give it a 4. A 3 to a 4, greasy wrappers.
Definitely overrated. This thing is just kind of right down the middle. I don't really feel much about it either way. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
I'll go with a 3 as well. I mean, it's cold, and I'm drinking it because I had to talk a lot today with various podcasts, and it feels good on the old scratchy throat. But I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It tastes like strawberries and bananas, but it's not that great. It's not my taste.
Here's where it falls down. It is too sweet.
Yeah, it is almost cloying as you get into it.
It's like drinking pancake syrup or fruit syrup of some kind. I mean,
it could do with some light carbonation too.
Yeah, it's kind of flat.
It's not carbonated
It's
at all.
not okay.
It's not kind of flat. It's totally flat.
It's totally flat
by design.
I would add a seltzer or soda water to this just to give it some fizz. And it's way too sweet. It's not the banana strawberry flavor. It's the syrupy aftertaste.
Although I think, some light carbonation actually might knock this up a full percentage point for me. If it had a little bit of carbonation, that would kick it up a bit.
Oh, that would make it much, much better. You could take a can of seltzer water and a can of this and make 2 drinks out of it, each half and half, and I think it would be way better than either individually.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so overpoweringly sweet if you put a little seltzer in there, and it would have that. Yeah, I mean, that'd probably knock it up to a 4 for me.
Oh, easily, yeah. So, kind of covered this mediocre soda or drink really well. Greg, since we're talking about bananas, you want to tell us a story about bananas?
Yeah, Tales of the Stupid. I don't know if everyone knows this, but the bananas that your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and even your parents as children eat is 100% not the bananas that we're eating today. And so what they thought of as a banana, all the way through the 1960s, 1950s.
Turned out to be a tangerine. They were pretty stupid back then.
They were. They were actually actively eating tacos. They just didn't know it. No,
Cheese had not been invented.
no, it was that there was something called Panama disease. And originally everyone was eating a very fragile cultivar of banana called Gros Michel. Grosmichel, and it was used all over the world. And this is part of the problem of developing monocultures in agriculture.
Just to interject, Gros Michel also hangs out at the OTB, always drunk.
Yes, absolutely. But now we eat Cavendish, and it is a good fruit. But what our parents grew up eating banana-wise is not what we eat today, because of Panama disease was a soil fungus that would get absorbed into the banana stalks and strangle the plant. And by the way, bananas are berries. They're just highly, highly warped, freakish berries, because we have so bred them to be large and bred out the seeds that it doesn't really resemble any thing that we would consider a berry.
Yeah, bananas in the, they're descended from a fruit because entirely of human intervention that it really looks and tastes nothing like what we have today. The original banana would be nearly inedible.
Well, and I'd even point out there are some older varieties of bananas on a lot of the islands that are still available. And the big thing I think you would notice are a firmer texture, one, but also seeds. Mm-hmm. We have the seeds have been bred down to something so tiny and soft that we don't even notice them compared to a large, hard, typical seed that you'd find in most bananas.
Yeah, and I gotta say, if you've ever tried an heirloom banana, something that's an older cultivar that wasn't widely used, they're amazing. I mean, like the apple bananas that are still grown in Hawaii, they're green, they don't really turn yellow, and they taste kind of like a Granny Smith apple, and they have a firmer fruit, so it's almost like eating an underripe banana like the Cavendish, but I think they're superior in some ways.
But once again, that's something that basically came about because of human cultivation.
Yeah, it's like corn, like a lot of things.
Practically every banana you see, corn is absolutely nothing like what it came from. I mean, that is entirely human cultivation.
And so, through deliberate selection, we have bred these monocultures of bananas that are actually very, very susceptible. And, we're just a blight or a fungus away from having this current crop of bananas wiped out. And, maybe if there are still bananas being grown in the world in 50 years, our grandchildren and great-grandchildren won't know what a Cavendish tasted like.
Well, I would hope that science is on that with genetic modification to make a blight-resistant banana.
Well, researchers are actually examining hundreds of wild varieties of bananas, trying to build back in some diversity and genetic resistance into Cavendish or some future hybrid of the banana. But
fuck other varieties of banana. Put a fish gene in there if that's what it takes.
Well, I think it's fascinating that we will never know what our grandparents were eating banana-wise, just as, and they would not have recognized the Cavendish. So I mean, it's the kind of thing where what did the fruit taste like before 1950, 1960? Because it's not what we're eating today.
Quick, find an old person, ask them about bananas.
See,
and see how the conversation goes.
and if they reminisce about it being better or worse, we'll know why.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my tales from the stupid. Bananas, they ain't what they used to be.
Well, thank you, Greg. Let's then move on to our Be Merry segment and try another banana-flavored thing. Now, Greg, you've got the box there. You wanna describe what that box looks like for me?
It looks like a banana churro, which also sounds highly filthy.
Well, the box doesn't, but the picture's on it.
Yeah. Well, the box looks like a box. And it comes with these little wrappers. We're going to try not to rustle too much into the mic. but it has about a foil wrapper. There's 3 of them inside this box, and each of them looks to be about the size of a hot dog. And I'm just sort of palpating the wrapper. It feels like there's multiple of these banana churros, these banana sticks.
We probably could have just opened one of these.
Let's open all 3. So
and just so everybody
It's just
knows,
waste food.
the name on the package says they are crispy cereal stick, and then on the bottom banana. So we're eating crispy cereal stick banana.
And some words in Korean that are not translated. Although, I mean, I guess it's technically very possible that could be exactly what the Korean says.
It very well could be. I had to actually look online to figure out what the brand name is, and these are Orion. So,
hey, when you smell inside the wrapper, that was inside the box, it's just overwhelmingly banana smelling.
It's that fake banana. It's that stuff. You remember those like little hard candy fruit mixes
Oh,
that
those
have the
things
little
were terrible.
bananas in
The
there?
taffies.
Yeah, this smells like those bananas.
And I've got to point out these are cylindrical like cookie sticks with banana filling. But it's not really a filling, it's a coating. They didn't even fill the entire cavity. It's just a coating around the inside so you can see straight through the
Yeah, you can look through it like a miniature telescope. I can see across the podcast studio through this banana stick.
I mean, most of these little cookie sticks that have filling in them, it's filling. This is just like, this is so cheap.
I predict there are hundreds of Korean children drinking their morning coconut milk or whatever it is they have at breakfast through these like a straw.
Oh, so it's a drinking straw.
Yeah.
It's a cookie straw. Now it makes a much more sense.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, count of 3, let's bite in, see what we think.
Okay.
Getting sort of the...
Oh, this is vile.
I don't know.
It's artificial and just...
Oh, yeah. I
kind of like
good.
it. I kind of
Even the
like
cookie
it.
What is
is
wrong with you,
artificial.
Greg?
I'm
That tastes like a cheap cookie you'd like give to a 3-year-old because they haven't not developed any taste buds yet.
Yeah, this is the kind of
I
like...
kinda like it.
No, this is the kind of cookie you
Oh.
give to a kid to teach him that life will disappoint him. I mean, this is like the death of innocence in cookie form.
Ate
This
my
is like,
first
guess
cookie.
what? Man is mortal. Your parents aren't perfect. Santa Claus isn't real. And someday somebody's going to break your heart. Oh yeah, and the world's going to fuck you. Have a cookie. That's what this cookie is.
I'm almost done with my second one.
There's something wrong with you, Greg.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, something wrong with you we didn't know before.
All right, I'm on to the third one.
Jesus.
What is
These
wrong?
are good.
These are
No,
awful.
That is the banana is so fake. They are
Yeah,
so
ugh.
artificially saccharine
and it just
sweet.
sticks in your mouth. I still taste it.
I like
Yeah.
artificial banana.
Oh, it's grotesque.
No, it's kind of creamy, kind of yogurty.
It's like if you made like Jello banana pudding, and then just like instead of milk and refrigeration, replaced those steps with like hobo cum and vomit. I mean, this is disgusting.
and like an extra 5-pound bag of sugar.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
so
it's
much
just,
sweet to it. It's
it's cloying. It's just it's awful. It's
I
awful.
disagree.
it is really bad.
Okay.
You're wrong. You're objectively wrong.
Well, let me get a word in edgewise. This
No, Greg, we can't let you talk about these things being good because
They're
bad.
objective. Even the cookie isn't
Okay,
good.
it comes in a cylindrical wafer, and the cookie is slightly sweet. On the inside is an admittedly artificial banana flavor, but
I'm pretty sure the cookie is made of like shredded cardboard pulp. I don't even
If
think
you-
it's.
The texture's terrible.
I
Yeah.
get kind of a variety of flavors. I get kind of a condensed milk flavor. I get kind of a banana yogurt flavor. It really reminds me of one of my favorite desserts of all time, which is
Sadness?
No, it's a Nilla wafer and banana pudding dessert, where you have Nilla wafers put in.
Nilla wafer and banana pudding dessert is what people bring to church socials who don't really believe in God, Greg.
Well, what-
They're the people who bring that to church socials just because they hate like the lady in the next pew and they're going to force them to eat that shit.
Oh no, Nilla wafer and banana pudding is one of the
it's-
best desserts in the world.
It's an okay dessert. This is not like that. This is awful.
Ugh, this is terrible. Yeah,
I-
I still
I've
taste
had-
it.
I have
Yeah, it won't go away.
It's
I have
awful.
3 sticks.
Maybe this mediocre drink.
I've been
can go
thinking
away.
about it, but that's just like adding to the banana.
Yeah, I gotta say this.
No,
this
that
is-
helps.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying the Humex again.
Oh yeah, that helps a lot. This is terrible.
Nah, it's fine.
No, this
You
is
guys-
a 1.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it's my favorite dessert, but I'll give it a 3. I don't think it's bad.
It's a
You
1.
have
It is a 1. I don't know what is wrong with you, Greg, but this isn't
Yeah.
that thing that's like so vile. You go all the way down to 0, but it's definitely bad. It is
Yeah,
a 1.
it's a 1, and you are morally wrong, not just objectively, but on a moral level wrong for giving it anything more than a 1.
So wrong, I'm right.
No. This is like child labor moral level wrong. To give this anything higher than a 1, it's the same as hiring a kid to sweep your chimney. You are an evil man for giving this.
What's wrong with hiring kids to sweep your chimneys?
See, we're going to have to talk about the Child Labor Act.
Excuse me, it made me sneeze.
This is awful.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
this dessert.
Ryan, what if you hired a child laborer to clean your chimney because the child was heavy into leetspeak?
I'm not going to justify that with a response because that is the single stupidest thing I've ever heard you say. And I hang out with you a lot.
But just think about it. They could write help with using a 3 and a 4 to, when they're doing their cry for help.
Could we just move on? Holy shit.
Delicious banana sticks.
This is terrible.
All right.
You are wrong. Wrong. Delicious banana sticks.
Fuck you.
Let's summarize at least our first 2 things. So we started out with some banana sauce that I think it was decent. It was pretty good.
All right.
All right, Greg and I actually thought it was good. No, not amazing, not our best thing we've ever had, but it was good.
I'd say the first 2 were solidly mediocre-ish. They were all right.
Yeah.
Not
the
bad.
Umax
I'm still drinking
strawberry
this.
banana. Yeah, I'm drinking it still mostly just to get rid of the taste of
Yeah.
this last thing. These cereal but crispy banana sticky things.
I don't think we had anything bad today.
You're wrong.
You
We
are
had the
objective.
banana sticks.
I think, though, it did go stair-step from the best thing to the least good thing. I really thought that this banana fry sauce was amazing. I would actually seek out a bottle and eat that.
I can see that. I'm
the Jufrin banana sauce, total winner. I would not seek out the banana drink.
No.
And these cookies, while I enjoyed them, I'm not.
so wrong.
I'm not going to go buy them in the store. But I would
would burn down a store that sold them.
I am really enthusiastic about the Jufrin sauce. Delicious.
It was. So, any other final thoughts, Ryan?
Greg continually shocks me with his just moral turpitude.
You're the one eating the elephant steak that you stole with your meaty paws.
Well, yeah, that's good, but these banana things are actually immoral.
I don't even know you anymore.
All right, Greg, do you have any final thoughts? I hesitantly ask.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for opening that can of worms.
When it comes for something of mass appeal, these bananas will help you from splitting because they are so delicious. Ow. But I still go on no matter what because I'm going to give Ryan the slip. I actually enjoy this. Safe word, banana. Greg out.
Oh my god.
I think we need to quit monkeying around and.
Don't you start.
He's
just
got
the one. Just the one.
He's got a bunch of them.
Oh, fuck you both.
Before we have to endure any more of Greg's bad banana puns, remember, eat, drink, and be merry.
Bye.